So before we go and ask more questions about University of Akron, I would like to ask one more question. How do you see this AI killing the other courses demand?
Well, this is the thing. There are people on university campuses that when AI started popping on everybody's radar probably 2.5, 3 years ago, when ChatGPT became the thing.
One is a very important point that people were highlighting, that now your Facebook and other social media is also going to get checked. How do you feel? Is it the right step, number one? Or number two, will it increase the visa success ratio, or will it decrease the visa success ratio? I need your opinion on this. I was never aware of this, that a program like this exists. This is a very, very good piece of information for me also.
Yeah, so a lot of students that come to us from India they come for a master's in polymer science or plastics engineering.
How important are the SOPs, and what are the things that a student should consider while writing their SOPs?
First piece of advice is the most important. Here's what not to do. Don't write the same SOP for every institution you apply to.
Good morning everyone, my name is Mudit Pandey. I am the co-founder and director of My Admission Card and Sevi Foundation. As you all know, we bring guests from foreign universities to you to directly answer your questions regarding admissions, inquiries and other stuff. Today I have a special guest in my studio, Mr. Marty Bennett, Director of International Recruitment and Engagement at the University of Akron, USA. Hi sir, how are you?
Welcome to this Thank you for having me, Mudit. Appreciate it.
So I hope your day is going fine as of now.
So far so good. Except for the traffic, but that's Delhi, yeah.
So how is the weather difference is adjusting with you?
Oh, it's already starting to turn to fall in the United States, where we are in the upper Midwest of the US. So temperatures are much cooler. So probably in the mid-teens right now for a high.
So will you be able to give us an idea to our audience what kind of a weather normally is there in Ohio? If somebody is planning to just in case study,
great question.
What kind of weather he has to face?
Expect all 4 seasons, because you will see snow when you're with us. You will see temperatures that will rival the heat that you might get here in Delhi. But in terms of every season has a different place in the United States, different levels of the seasons, but we have 4 very distinct seasons. So we can get in a 3-month period in the winter time, we might have over the course of that time maybe a foot of snow that might come, or a third of a meter. So that would be over a cumulative period. Very rarely would we get heavy snow that much all at once, but every once in a while you get that. But having worked with Indian students coming to the US for 32 years now, one of the things that I always find exciting is hearing their first reaction to snow when they see it for the first time. If they've not been up to the Himalayas or into the foothills to see that, if they've only, particularly those that come from the south of India, that they've come to the US and the Midwest and they see snow. We worked at a university once where we had a January orientation for new students, and we had a group of about 30 new students from India we picked them up at the airport, brought them back to campus, and that night we had an ice storm. The ice storm knocked out power for 3 days to the campus, and our only building that had power was our student union. So they came and were in sleeping bags that our staff had provided for them during their first couple of days on campus. Of course, they didn't have their winter clothes. They didn't
so
have
nice of
what
you
they
people
needed.
that you still helping the students around.
I think that's an important piece that is very much a part of the American university dynamic, is that we are full-service universities for our students that are coming the furthest. We want them to feel right at home. And certainly whether it comes to airport pickups, to helping them get adjusted to campus life, to providing the emergency sleeping bags that they can stay in for a couple of days while we wait for power to be restored, but taking them to the major grocery stores or to the big box stores like a Walmart to go get the things that they can't carry with them on the plane. There's so much a part of the campus experience for international students in the United States that is very different than anywhere else in the world. We really provide a full life cycle of support services for students that go far beyond just immigration issues and health insurance and that type of thing. It's really their well-being, their adjustment to campus life, their ability to get involved on campus, and frankly making them aware of everything that's possible.
Okay, so it's make life easier for them.
Exactly. And to be able to take advantage of everything that's available, because to be honest with you, you don't know what you don't know before you get there. And so it's our job as universities to provide that kind of expertise, and that's provide the awareness for students to say, hey, you're going to be on a campus with students who spend every waking moment on the campus together. It's that community that oftentimes is overlooked, because we really value that and put a premium on that in the United States. That we want you to come and be great students, yes, obviously, but we want you to also take advantage of everything that there is to do on campus and in our communities, because we're built for that. We're built to house you on our campuses. We're built to provide sports activities, to provide entertainment, to provide educational speakers, opportunities to be involved in organizations, far beyond what you learn in the classroom. And that's the biggest transition piece, difference beyond the weather for most Indian students coming, is the different educational style of how professors are teaching classes, to what's available to eat, to the various organizations and clubs and sports that they can join. That it's like, wow, I get to do all this. And there's so much to take advantage of outside the classroom that really adds the value to the U.S. higher ed experience.
So adding on to the same thing as you said about food and stuff. So what kind of a food facility is available for the student? Number one, is it like, are the vegetarians can also survive in USA? If just in case if any student is a vegetarian and he's planning to go.
That's a great question. I mean, for most US students now, there's been growing trends towards more vegan lifestyles, vegetarian lifestyles in the United States, and various variations of that, pescatarians even. So our food services across our campus have had to cater to a more diverse palate, and our international students have helped contribute to that. So for us, we can provide on-demand halal meals for Muslim students. We have vegetarian options in each of our residence hall cafeterias. We have some kind of grab-and-go kind of meal places on campus that they can pick up a quick salad or other kind of veg meal that they can get as part of their meal plan that they can buy on campus. So there's always multiple options for students in our student union, but also in the 3 or 4 other food service areas around the campus.
So what kind of accommodation facility do you have? A bit more in detail.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
This is what parents are worried about when they think about US
I mean,
or any other university when they send abroad.
Yeah, I mean, for undergraduate studies, we do have more than adequate housing for students on campus. We have 8 residence halls that are within the middle of our campus or right on the edges of our campus. Our campus is about 200 plus acres. Has a lot of green space as well, so it's kind of an oasis within the city of Akron. City of Akron is only 200,000 people. It's not really a city by Indian standards, but certainly has a lot of the things in the U.S. that a big city would have: public transport, museums, galleries, all sports events, all that. Also a famous person that you might know, students certainly might know if they enjoy basketball at all. You know our favorite son, LeBron James, born and raised in Akron. We have a scholarship named after him at our university. There's a whole street in the city of Akron named after him. But related to the housing again, for graduate students, postgraduate students coming for master's degrees, which most of the Indian students we see are. We're starting to see more undergrads, but we'll see for postgrads, they tend to want to live in apartments where they have their own kitchenettes to do their own cooking, because they want that touch of flavor of home that they're going to miss. So there are Indian grocery stores that our Indian Student Association helps connect new students with. The Indian Student Association also does the airport pickups for us for students coming from South Asia. So they're very involved, the Student Association, in helping to make new students feel comfortable. And oftentimes they help the new students not only with the airport pickups, but if they don't have a roommate yet and they're looking for a place to stay, and then they have their own apartments, they've had one of their friends graduate and there's a bedroom spare, so they can oftentimes get connected and have that taken care of before they arrive, which is such a weight off the shoulders of most new students when they can know, I have a place already. And not just this place in the university, but a place to live, because it is they're going to be their home for 2 years if they're there for a master's degree.
So how safe, or just in our words, like how safe is the campus and then the city of Akron for a student in the perspective of a day life and then a night life, which everybody looks forward to?
Yeah, I think during the day in the city of Akron, there are no issues anywhere that you would certainly not anywhere that they can walk to from our campus. In the evening, like in any big city, there's going to be places that you wouldn't want to go. Yeah, you got to be just aware of your surroundings, and that's certainly part of our orientation program. We focus on, okay, here's where things that you will want to access are located, and you can take a bus to get to this store, this area. There's really nothing there for students, so no reason to go there. The downtown during the evening hours is very safe as well, but beyond the downtown into certain poorer areas of town, there may be more issues, but there really is nothing there for students to go to. On campus, frankly, is a very safe. We have our own police force in addition to the City of Akron police force. And
any medical facility within the campus?
On the campus, we have our own health center that students have free access to. So for minor issues, flus, colds, coughs, they get prescription medicine prescribed through the doctors in the campus health center. If it's something more serious where they need a specialist or an emergency, there's urgent care facilities immediately around campus. And we're very lucky in the city of Akron is that we have a relationship with Cleveland Clinics, a very famous hospital chain that's only 45 minutes away in the city of Cleveland. They have facilities in the city of Akron as well that are for emergencies that we have access to.
So how far is the city center from your campus?
A 3-minute walk.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally across a bridge over a valley, an industrial valley that...
more like a city center campus.
It is, very close to it. I mean, we have, in fact, our College of Business, kind of part of their building is over that valley that separates the downtown from our campus. So they are directly connected to the downtown area. So and that makes sense for our business programs. They're very engaged with local community businesses. So
in terms of the job perspective, how do you rank or what do you want to say about Ohio or as the city of Akron?
Absolutely.
For international students.
For international students, I'll tell you one thing that we're very proud of is our priorities at the University of Akron are first to give you, before you graduate, experiential learning opportunities. And that could be anything from a clinical experience if you're in our nursing program, to student teaching experience if you're in education, to a co-op experience, a required co-op if you're in our engineering program, to internships in business at local companies. So those experiences are baked into a lot of our programs. Almost all of them do have that. About 89% of our students have an experiential learning project or event or internship before they finish their degree. In terms of job placement, 94% of our student graduates have jobs within 3 months of graduation. And obviously international students have to have employment in their field of study, which is only 2 months now, maybe even 1 month. But those students have support from our international center that provides the immigration support to file the paperwork necessary to get the jobs. But each of the colleges within the university, College of Engineering, Business, Health and Human Sciences, Arts and Sciences, College of Law, School of Law, they all each have job placement and internship coordinators that help students find those pre-graduation activities, those experiential learning activities I mentioned, as well as job placement activities. We have job fairs on campus regularly, 2 major ones every year that are kind of campus-wide that bring in 300 plus employers to campus every year. But we also have, each college also has specialized ones, maybe for our graduate, our master's degree students, there's a specialized fair within engineering and within the business college, they have their own events. And I think those are parts of the relationships that Akron feel, having those relationships with businesses and our future employers, the industry partners that we have, we've had those relationships for decades. We've been around since 1870 as a university. Fun fact about the university that it relates to this a little bit, shows you how closely wedded we are with our industry partners. Did you know synthetic rubber was first patented at the University of Akron, 1942. During World War II, when Japan had taken over parts of Southeast Asia that are major rubber producing countries, the U.S. government came to many universities and said, hey, we need a replacement source for the tires that we need for our planes, for our tanks, for our Jeeps. What can you do? The professors at the university came up with, we were already actively involved with the tire producers in Ohio, where the majority of U.S. tire producers are headquartered, right in Goodyear, for example. It's right in Akron. The famous Goodyear blimps fly over campus regularly. But back then in 1942, we worked with our industry partners and our faculty on campus to develop the first patent on synthetic rubber that that's really helps save the war effort in terms of allowing us to keep producing the equipment that was needed for us to win the war. So that's something we're very proud of at Akron, having that. We wouldn't have developed that if we didn't have the relationship with the tire manufacturers in town. So to this day, those relationships have only expanded. For example, our polymer science program, #1 program in the world for polymer science. Unless you've had a polymer class, you have no idea what polymer science means. It's basically a coating that goes into any number of materials to make them stronger. Makes clothing with a polymer coating on it would make it stain resistant or water resistant. For pipes, to make the inside of the pipes to make liquid or gas move quicker, you put a polymer in there. For F1 race car chassis, there's a composite material that goes into making that. It is made stronger with polymers. Similarly, for SpaceX rockets to Virgin Atlantic airplanes, they use polymers to strengthen the materials. So polymers is an additive product that makes other things stronger. And so countries and economies that rely on rubber, petroleum, plastics really can benefit from the polymer program. But there aren't many polymer programs out there. But and particularly in developing world, I think there's only a handful of institutions, universities here in India that have a polymer bachelor's degree.
To be honest, I was never aware of this,
right.
that a program like this exists. This is a very, very good piece of information for me also.
Yeah, so a lot of students that come to us from India they come for a master's in polymer science or plastics engineering. They have done bachelor's degree in chemistry or chemical engineering or maybe physics or mechanical engineering, and then they come to us and can do a polymer science master's degree in 2 years. So we are actively exploring partnerships within India to promote that program at the master's level and doctoral level. So we have all 3 levels: bachelor's, master's, and doctoral level polymer science program.
So are you looking forward to TNE programs and develop something like this?
Yes, that's a very important part of our overall planning for international student recruitment and engagement. Is we are looking for relationships with institutions in certain parts of the world where it may be a little bit more difficult for students to come. Maybe cost is an issue, visas are an issue in some places. So we are looking for partner universities where we can complement their existing programs, where they may not have a bachelor's degree that they're offering in polymers, where we do what we're calling a campus-in-campus model. We're looking at locations in probably 6 or 7 places around the world. We're looking to build these centers with partner universities, where it's a 4-year bachelor's degree, where we would have some of our general education classes that are also taught, same kinds of classes are taught by the partner university. We'd hire their faculty to teach those classes. For other classes that aren't part of the institution's curriculum, we would teach those that are more general education classes. We'll teach those via online learning for part of their program, and then we'll have our faculty come and teach for a semester, usually one in the fall, one in the spring. They might come and teach 3 classes, upper division classes. We'll hire some of the faculty to teach some of those science lab classes that we need specialized facilities for that we can't replicate virtually in online settings, so we kind of need the facilities. So we're looking for those partners. We're in the first 6 months of really identifying who those partners will be. Haven't found that partner here yet in India, but that's certainly part of what we're looking for. We are eager to be a part of India's goal to become more of a destination for students. They've always been a massive exporter of students, as everybody knows, to multiple countries to be the #1 destination source market for them. But we're also looking for the right partner where we can complement existing programs that that institution has. And then perhaps if they're looking to become, as an institution, more of an expert in polymers, because they don't have it yet at the master's or doctoral level, looking to help work on capacity development for the faculty who need that PhD to be able to then open a department in polymers for that college. So there's a lot of interesting conversations we're having here. Certainly on this trip, we're starting with our partners in uni, who are representing us here in India, and are on the ground, and we'll be working with students day to day in developing applications and submitting them and doing all the necessaries. So that TNE is certainly an important part of that, but we're also looking for the more traditional ways as well.
Okay, so is this the STEM program?
Yes, polymers is definitely STEM. We have over, of our 300 programs we offer at the undergraduate and graduate level at the University of Akron, there are at least 100 that are STEM.
Okay, can you just help our audience with what exactly STEM is?
Great.
I know most of them knows it, but still, listening from you, it will be more transparent and clear. What
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And even though that's only four words, it covers hundreds of different potential programs, mostly in the obviously engineering fields. There's multiple dozens of engineering types of programs that students can do. The sciences are natural sciences typically, but also mathematics is various mathematical related fields. Actuarial science is a business field, but it's also very much a STEM field because of the statistical elements of it, so the math element of it. And technologies can be anything from traditional computer science. It's also developing into AI, all sorts of more technical healthcare fields that tend to have a more statistics-based piece to what they are, that they fall into that as well. So there are certain academic programs at every university in the U.S. that can be designated as STEM, and then that has added benefits for students that are coming to the university, any of those programs at the university, to allow them to work for up to 3 years after they finish their degree. And that would be at the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral level. So they could potentially do 3 different degrees and have, in a STEM field, 9 years of potential work experience if they started as a first-year undergraduate student.
Okay, so I just need your opinion on one of the things. So the way the visa rules and the things are changing. One is a very important point that people were highlighting, that now your Facebook and other social media is also going to get checked. How do you feel? Is it the right step, number one, or number two? Will it increase the visa success ratio, or will it decrease the visa success ratio? I need your opinion on this.
We've had some conversations. In fact, met with the Public Diplomacy Office today, their staff that handles education portfolio for the embassy. And I asked that question about how is the new social media vetting being incorporated into the visa process. So what's happened globally, because this is a new thing that just rolled out in May of this year, is that there's been a lot of confusion, and it hasn't been implemented the same way in every country. Okay. Some posts around the world are taking, because when students fill out that DS-160 form as part of their visa appointment process, to get the visa appointment, they have to fill out the DS-160. They have to list their social media handles there, and then some posts around the world, U.S. consulates or embassies are starting that review process, however they do it. Some do it manually, which is kind of scary. So others probably, hopefully, are using some sort of AI agent to search for keywords. They won't tell you how they're going to do it or how each post is going to do it, but those are the options that they're basically telling us that they're looking at. They search for keywords that are red flag words, and then when those get flagged, how does that get handled? Typically, they'll get handled if they're doing the review beforehand. They'll handle those at the interview. Some posts might not only do that review until the day of, so it might be very rushed. But the ideal would be they have any concerns flagged on any posts that are out there, or posts that might have been scrubbed, because those are things that I've heard. There's even the cottage industry developing on paying someone to scrub your social media. Is that a good thing to do?
Yeah.
Probably not. Certainly I think what is important in this current administration is they are increasingly concerned with not letting people into the United States who have expressed views that are anti-U.S.
Okay, which is right.
And for example, with the whole Israel-Hamas thing, that was a major concern. One of the initial prompts for that social media vetting policy to be introduced, that they don't want students who are potential terrorists or supportive of terrorists or terrorists in the U.S. eyes, because one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, depending on their point of view. Certainly that's an increased focus of this administration, and it's now extending to the recent political, well, he's not a political figure, but he is a friend of the president, very outspoken advocate of free speech, Charlie Kirk, who was just assassinated a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I've heard
that. That has led to people in the United States losing their jobs because they said something that was seen as celebrating the death.
Yes,
which is an awful thing. I mean, to think about that is like, why would you celebrate the death of someone, anyone?
Yeah, anyone.
And particularly someone who died. He was a man of faith as well, deep faith, and he said one thing, and he said he wanted to be remembered for was the courage of his faith, and he was fearless in his advocacy for being a free speech advocate, but also a believer in Jesus. So. His death has sparked a lot of divided opinion. Though you may not have liked what he had to say, the government is saying now that if you say something that seems like you are celebrating his death, or taking joy or pleasure in his death, or saying he got what he deserved, then that is a reason why the government, the State Department, will deny a visa if it's found out you've said things like that on your socials. So I go back to something my mom taught me when I was growing up. It's, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all.
Yes.
And particularly when it comes to social, because once it's on social, yes, you can delete a post, but somebody's going to have a screenshot of it somewhere, capturing that. So it's always wise, zip it if you don't have anything positive to say. Just a general practice. I think that's wise. And I'm a person of faith too, so I'm not one who actively goes around bad-mouthing people on social media, because that reflects poorly on who I am and my character, and kind of makes me a hypocrite for my faith. If I'm that's what I'm practicing, even though I say, oh, you got to do this, you got to be good, if I say something bad, that's a poor reflection on who I am. So I think it's just word to the wise. If you don't have anything nice to say about someone, certainly don't put it on social, and certainly think before you post as well. I know some people in the heat of a moment, they hear something and they just have a visceral reaction to it, and it's also always good to take a beat. Particularly if it's making you feel a certain way that you wouldn't normally feel, then it's wise to pause before you think and take a beat before you post anything. Okay.
So before we go and ask more questions about University of Akron, I would like to ask one more question from you, which is from the general perspective. As an educationist, because you have served more than 30 years, you have given it to the education industry. How do you see this AI killing the other courses demand?
Well, this is the thing. There are people on university campuses that when AI started popping on everybody's radar, probably 2.5, 3 years ago, when ChatGPT became the thing, older faculty in particular on campus saw it as a threat. But when I post, I have a newsletter that I post out regularly. I do podcasts weekly, and the AI stories have become increasingly common that I've seen. But what I've seen is the initial opposition to AI from university perspectives that saw it as a threat, because students are going to use it to cheat. They're going to just not develop the skills they need to be effective in their programs because they're relying too much on AI. The reality is universities need to see it as an opportunity to use AI as a teaching tool. as a way to help students improve their research, to refine their arguments, to improve their writing skills, all of the above. So there's a process where you can use AI. And that AI can have its negative, obvious implications too. Yeah, you just have to go back to the '80s and the movie Terminator and Skynet taking over. That was the big fear back then, and the joke goes around that Skynet is active now. So, and what that means. So I think for students, don't see AI as a shortcut.
Okay.
See it as an opportunity to improve how you can learn, improve your skill set, because I guarantee you it's not just computer science students that are benefiting from AI and learning about AI. Yes, AI jobs are some of the most lucrative ones you can get these days, so everybody wants to have a piece of that. But the reality is AI is being used in university life, in almost every aspect of just my world, the enrollment management world, where going out and recruiting students. There are AI tools. We're using an AI tool now for prospects that we've had respond to Instagram posts that we've had, or Google ads or Facebook ads. They go to a page and register for a platform that we've developed for them. We are having there's over 4,000 students that have registered for this through these ads, and we're using an AI agent to do initial calls to these students that have signed up for both undergraduate and postgraduate interest in our program.
So are these IVR calls that they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're now initially it was a woman's voice in English, and you could tell there was background noises, so it sounded like she was calling from a call center somewhere in Bangalore or Hyderabad, whatever. But now it's now they're refining it so that we can actually change the language of the AI, so that we're doing these. We did these ads specifically as a trial in 2 countries, for Vietnam and Indonesia. Now this next cycle, we're going to expand the voice, the AI agent that's making. Basically say, hey, we saw you filled out this form. Do you have any questions? What I can do, if you'd like to speak with an admissions representative from the school, the AI agent has access to my calendar and can schedule half-hour appointments with the student, and takes all of that out of my hands, because I don't have time for that. I'm traveling the world, and I have one staff that handles the undergrad ones, but I handle the postgrad ones. So when I'm traveling, like on this trip, I'm gone for 2 weeks. I can fit a half-hour block in here and there to talk to a prospective student that an AI agent has set up and screened and kind of vetted and done the work that would have taken me hours to do, trying to email or contact them and do what. We're now looking at WhatsApp to schedule our appointments with the students. So that's an AI tool that we're using in the recruitment process before we even get them to apply. Some schools have been using AI as a way to process the applications, to look at the transcripts and to calculate GPAs, and to use that GPA, put that into the system, and here's your order, here's your 10 easy decisions, here's the ones that you might need to look at a little bit more. AI is helping to do that in the admissions process. There are faculty members that are using AI tools in the classroom now, and not just in the tech disciplines. They're using it in almost every major across the campus has AI that's taught in their major courses. So it's not isolated just to the tech folks or computer science folks on campus. It really has implications and uses across the campus in how we teach our classes, and how it's being used in the professional sphere too, because that's part of the education process. Is students, as they're going through our education programs, whether it's engineering, computer science, business, nursing, they're using AI tools out in the real world, where the students need to learn how to leverage that and prepare for that. By the time they get out there through their clinical experiences or internships, whatever they have, they'll have the practical opportunities. But before they get to that point, they need to know how it's being used now, so that they have that theoretical knowledge before they have to apply it when they go out in the real world.
Okay, thanks a lot, sir, for all the answers as of now. Now I'll move on to more and more about University of Akron. So what are the most popular courses that you would, if just say, see me as a student coming to you, asking about to study something in bachelor's.
Sure.
So which are the famous courses that you want to tell it to me, along with the tuition fees, and the same when it comes to the master's?
Sure. For our undergraduate programs, our most famous program is one most people haven't heard of before, and that's our Bachelor's in Polymer Science. Polymer science is one of those fields that if you've taken a chemistry class, you've probably heard the word polymers, maybe in physics. That's it's not a popular major, it's a very niche major, but it has applications in so many different industries, from the clothing industry to rubbers, rubber, petroleum, plastics. All of these industries benefit from polymers. It's an additive product that makes things stronger or more water resistant, stain resistant, makes liquid go quicker through pipes, all of this. So for students who, that's our most popular program. It's our best ranked program. It's number one in the world for polymer science. So we're very.
So can math student also do it? Or
Yeah,
it's only for science students?
For students coming out from a science stream, it's probably the easiest fit. But we certainly for students who are in CBSEs that are even art streams can come, as long as they are good in maths and sciences, because obviously that's a heavy focus of the curriculum. Obviously, U.S. degrees are different for bachelor's degrees because you will have half of your classes that will not be related at all to your intended major, and you're seeing bits and pieces of that being developed with NEP here in India over the last few years.
Yeah, that's true.
But with a social sciences a requirement or humanities requirement as part of a bachelor's degree for your bachelor's degrees. So we see a lot of students who are good in math and science kind of gravitate towards the undergraduate program in polymer science. We also have it at the master's and doctoral level. But other bachelor's degree programs that have a lot of interest are business administration programs, there's a half a dozen majors there that attract a lot of undergraduate international students. One in particular that's a new one that we're seeing possible markets here in India, and that's sports analytics.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
it's a very good market.
Yeah, we think about I think about cricket as being such a huge. I'd like to have a cricket specialization as part of that.
Half of the country will go to your university
right.
study.
It's just at the bachelor's degree now, but one thing that is important about sports analytics, it is a STEM program, so it's available for the 3-year post-study work. So outside of the regular business programs, we are very strong in the natural sciences as well. I have a very good nursing program that starts clinicals in the sophomore year or second year of the 4-year degree. So they actually have 3 years of clinical experiences before they graduate, and they can name their price and job where they go. They often have multiple job offers when they're graduating. So psychology has increasingly become popular. With not only domestic students, but international students are starting to gravitate toward that. We've actually been approached by some consortium of Indian universities to explore 2+2 programs for bachelor's in psychology. So they start the first 2 years here in India, come and finish their third and fourth with us. So beyond that, at the undergraduate level, all of our engineering programs have great value for international students, mechanical, electrical, civil. There is also biomedical undergraduate as well as aerospace. Unfortunately, aerospace is not available for international students because of NASA. Okay. They have funding requirements that when they send grants to universities for aerospace, you can't have non-citizens in that program. But that doesn't prohibit international students who are in mechanical engineering who want to do some of the research. Okay. Can still be part of the research projects that go on through the different institutes that we have. That's one thing I think for undergraduates is a real benefit. No matter what you study for your degree, at the University of Akron, there are opportunities and research centers and institutes across the campus that undergraduates from their first year can participate in research with our faculty members. Faculty that have National Science Foundation grants, National Institutes of Health or Humanities grants from various sources that they hire on or allow undergraduates to be part of that process. Some institutions that is only allowed for postgraduate programs. I will say for admissions to our undergraduate programs, It is a very simple process. For international undergraduates, there is no application fee, there is no
great.
essay required, no teacher recommendations required, no SAT, ACT requirement, no deposit once you're admitted. So there's no fee you pay to us until or test you have to take, other than an English test. But even that we can work around. That a student would have to pay coming from India to get to start an undergraduate bachelor's degree program with, until they come for their first week of class.
Is there any minimum GPA required for undergrad?
For undergraduates, on the U.S. scale, it's a 4-point scale.
Okay.
2.5 on a 4-point scale is the minimum GPA from their equivalent standard 10 and 12 results.
Okay.
So we do ask for 11, class 11 school mark sheets, but we realize that there's usually a dip in 11.
Yes,
Obviously, the focus is on 10 and 12,
10
but we do ask for the 11 mark sheets as well from the schools.
So is there any interview that you take?
Interview is not required at either undergraduate or graduate level.
Okay.
So that is, again, a simple process for undergrad. It's really your English test scores from IELTS, TOEFL, language cert, Duolingo. There are various opportunities for that. So we English scores and then a GPA equivalent that we'll figure out from standard 10 and 12 and 11 mark sheets. So that is very simple for admissions purposes, typically within a week of completing the application process. Again, no application fee, it's just the online form, which they can use the Common App if they choose, if they're applying to other U.S. schools. Online form, their transcripts and mark sheets that I mentioned earlier, and then an English test. Now, if a student is in an IB curriculum or a GCSE A-level curriculum, we waive the English English test score requirement. If English is the medium of instruction in the school all the way through, and we get a letter from the registrar from that school, we call that an MOI letter.
Yeah, MOI.
That's medium of instruction. We can waive the English requirement as well.
Okay, that's lovely.
Yep. Graduate's different, but I'll get to that in a minute. For tuition, for undergraduate, I'll give you the complete number.
Yeah.
Tuition and fees, room and board, which is living expenses where you live and the food meal plan you have to buy, health insurance, books and supplies, personal expenses, everything it costs an international student for 1 year of study is roughly $40,000 for this next academic year, not the one we're starting in now, 25, 26. We're talking about 26, 27. $40,000 is the total cost. Tuition is about $26,000 of that. So those costs, there are scholarships, which I'll mention a bit later, but there are scholarships that are merit-based, and then there's also for top achieving students an honors college scholarship that they can apply to separately. But they are automatically considered for merit scholarships when they apply for admission to the university as an undergraduate, and they find out about scholarship at the same time of admission. So very simple process. Week after completing, we operate on a rolling basis for admissions. So if you apply middle of October to start next August, you will find out within a week whether you're in and what kind of scholarship you have.
Okay.
Graduate level, it's very different. For postgraduate studies for master's degrees, every department can set their own deadlines, can set their own requirements. The good news also for grad is there is not an application fee, there are no GRE, GMAT requirements. However, departments will look at usually 2 to 3 letters of recommendation and importantly a statement of purpose, and I'll talk more about that a bit later. But those things are the requirements that you will have plus your transcripts. Typically, students that are applying on their own to us need to get a credential evaluation done for their university level work to do a course-by-course evaluation to tell us what the grades are, U.S. equivalent grades are in each class, and then what their overall GPA would be. That needs to be done through an approved credential evaluation firm, typically in the United States, and then we have a list of those on our site. Those students that apply through InUni, which is our main partner here in India, InUni will do that credential evaluation as part of the admissions process. So that's a benefit for those who don't want to have the extra expense of having to do that on your own. The folks, if you apply through InUni, will do that. Yep. So any of their agent partners that they work with in country that were ours, they now work with, and they will do that piece of the for postgraduate applicants. The credential evaluation will be taken care of. that would have been the only cost to students that aren't using Uni or one of their partners.
So what is the tuition fees range for?
Tuition fees for graduate education, the whole package again for graduate. Typically, graduate students do 9 credits or 3 classes each semester for 3 semesters, and then their final semester they do 1 class, a thesis or a project class. So for all expenses, tuition and fees, living expenses, books and supplies, health insurance, all of that, personal funding, for graduate students it's about $34,000. So less than the undergraduate because they're taking less classes, sometimes half as much classes in a given academic semester. Now, so $40,000 for undergraduate, $34,000 roughly for graduate, postgraduate studies. For funding, that's the piece I mentioned. The scholarships for undergraduate students are between $1,000 and $5,000 a year, and that's renewable for each of the 4 years. Basically, anyone who gets admitted will get at least $1,000 scholarship, and then the higher their overall GPA would be, they'd be up to that $5,000. Students who qualify for that $5,000 award are also eligible to apply to our honors college, which means for first-year students they have smaller classes, they have a separate residence hall for honors students, they have access to a broader range of facilities right away as a first-year student. So honors college students also have access to additional scholarships that can be stacked on top of their automatic merit scholarship I mentioned, up to an additional $2,500 per year for 4 years. So a top student coming to the University of Akron can have about $7,500 per year taken off their tuition fees.
That's a good amount.
Yeah. So, and when we talk about internships I mentioned earlier, for undergraduates, one of the things I always highlight for our engineering and polymer science college students, they have required co-ops in the engineering fields as well as available ones in computer science and polymer science for undergraduates. In their final 2 years of study, when they're into their major program, they work in the required co-op program, they work 3 semesters over basically 3 years. So it adds an extra year to the total time they're on campus. But during that extra year of work, it's full-time paid work experience. Before they graduate, they earn $45,000 on average before they finish their bachelor's degree. So here's a number. ROI is an important piece of the puzzle nowadays, particularly for undergraduates and parents of undergraduates who are spending tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars on education. If you look at our cost for undergraduates, we talked $40,000 per year, 4 years, $160,000 total. So that $160,000, if they come in and they're a top student and they have that top level scholarship I mentioned, $5,000 a year, they get an honors college scholarship for an additional $2,500 a year. They can work on campus the first 2 years, 20 hours a week. There are more jobs and we have students to fill them now. So international students, if they want to work on campus, which they legally are able to do, they can earn an extra $3,000 to $5,000 in that first 2 years. Then when they get to their co-op program in their final 2 to 3 years, they're earning $45,000. So you add up all those dollars there, with a total cost of a 4-year degree, undergraduate degree, everything included at $160,000. With all those scholarships and work experiences, you can cut that cost in half. Or you can get a bachelor's degree in our engineering college for $80,000.
Which is very, very affordable if you will look from the
and then first year
quality of degree.
Exactly. And then first year salaries average for our engineering college graduates are $65,000.
No.
So undergraduates, so they've earned 45 in their final year of work experience before they graduate. First year out, if you've done the co-op program, you're guaranteed a job. There's 100% job placement for those students, earning $65,000. In just over a year and a bit of work after you finish your degree, you're going to have paid off your bachelor's degree. That's substantial ROI right there.
So can I enroll again into the bachelor's?
I've got another piece for you when we get to the graduate side. But the graduate side, scholarships are less because it's department specific. But there are graduate assistantships in a lot of the graduate level departments for master's students. Not plentiful where everybody's going to get one, but a business college might have 10 10 assistantships or 5 full assistantships, 5 half assistantships they give out each year. That obviously you have to be fairly good, fairly selective that in terms of who gets those. But if assistantships pay full tuition and they provide you a stipend that helps cover most all of your personal expenses. So you can cover almost everything other than fees and books and supplies from a graduate assistantship on campus. So most students won't have them when they first come, but once they're on campus, they're only considered for assistantships in the department they want to study in at the time of admission. But once they're on campus, there are other offices like the International Center that might have a graduate assistantship that they could potentially apply for. There might be other departments on campus that have graduate assistantships that have that ability that they could then apply for and get to know the departments and impress them and say, hey, I can work for you. So there's lots of opportunities once they're on campus to find other potential aid. So for our business college, we have 5 master's degree programs. Our management program is the one that I've seen the highest increase in interest from India in particular, because it has 2 specializations, 2 options for students, either data analytics or supply chain.
Yeah. Both are high demand.
Both are high demand, and it's a STEM program. STEM business means 3 years of post-study work. So we also have accountants, a master's in accountancy, taxation, and economics that are also STEM, and then a non-STEM, just regular MBA. Okay. So for our College of Business, all 5 of those business college master's programs are 30-credit programs, and they have an accelerated program where you can do it in 1 calendar year.
Okay.
So students will do 12 credits in the fall, 12 credits in the spring, and then 6 in the summer. They're going to graduate in 1 year doing a master's degree. So it's like a UK master's. They're going to graduate with 1 year of a master's degree, and the total cost is only $50,000. Starting salaries for master's and business graduates, it ranges anywhere from $75,000 to $100,000 a year. So you're going to more than pay for your master's degree in 1 year of work. It's potentially doubling what you paid for your master's degree.
These piece of information.
This is my years of experience working, particularly in this market.
I should have met you in 2006 before making my decision.
The reality is India is a price-sensitive market,
and
it's a market that is eager to know the ROI and the work opportunity. Because if they're going through this process of preparing up to a year in advance to go, and the costs for the family, the work that they might have already done if they're going for a master's program, what the job they would have to give up or maybe not give up and have to defer depending on visa situation. So there's a lot going on there. But to know on the back end that if I can do a master's in business in one of those fields I mentioned in 1 calendar year, do it for $50,000, and then the first year out once I get a job, between $75,000 and $100,000 is my starting salary. That's almost a no-brainer. It's a simple decision.
And a lot of NBFCs have came in India now who are funding these, I mean to say giving out the loans for all these programs, and which is very easy now in comparison to my days when I went abroad in 2007. There were hardly any loans. But now the loan has become way too easy. Because these companies also know that if somebody is going to study and spend 50,000, he's going to earn 65,000. My loan is secure.
They're going to get their money back. Yeah, exactly. So I think the opportunities are there, and in the end, like when you went abroad, you found a school that was a good fit for you, had the program you wanted. That was usually the first thing: program first, cost second, and ROI perhaps after that. But all of those put together, there are so many choices out there. In the U.S., certainly no different. With over 4,000 universities and colleges, even just at the graduate level, there are over 1,700 graduate institutions in the United States. There's so many choices. And you've got not only, as a huge country like India geographically, you have geographic diversity, you have cultural diversity, you have size of the campus that you're concerned about, whether you want an urban environment, if you're used to that, or you want something a little quieter where you can focus on your studies, but you do want something that's maybe in the middle, that's in Maybe it's in a Gurgaon area where it's close enough to a big city but has a lot of big city stuff that access isn't important, but also for internships and that type of thing, having something close by, transport to be able to get back home if that's ever an issue.
Factor counts when you go and study
Yeah,
abroad.
there's so many different elements you need to consider.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Mr. Martin,
You're
for coming to our show today and providing us with such a good piece of information.
My pleasure.
It's one piece of more information from your side is left, like about the SOPs. How important are the SOPs, and what are the things that a student should consider while writing their SOPs?
First piece of advice is the most important. Here's what not to do. Don't write the same SOP for every institution you apply to. It happens more than you think. And if you were thinking about doing it, don't. Reason why. In the university application for master's degree programs or doctoral programs, your SOP, your statement of purpose, is the one place you have to define who you are and what you want. Your teachers will have, professors may have recommendations and things they'll say about you, that's great, but the statement of purpose is the chance to impress the people who will make the decisions on your application. I'll ask you this. Do you know who typically makes the decisions when you're applying to a master's degree program at a university? Who would make the decision on whether to admit you?
I think it's the course director. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's the course director.
Yeah, some people think it's a faceless admissions committee somewhere. The reality is, at most US universities, the faculty, the professors in the department you're going to study in are making the decisions whether to admit you, and importantly, whether to fund you.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Your potential future is riding on this opportunity you have. If your test scores are fine, if your grade if they require test scores, if your academic average is fine and meets minimum standards, you need ways to distinguish yourself. And some universities might say, okay, for admission purposes, if they're this grade and this test score and there's no red flags in the recommendations, then we'll just admit them. Others tend to be more selective, that they're going to be looking for ways to differentiate between applicants. If you're one of those students who did what I told you not to do at the beginning and uses the same application where all you do is change, or same statement of purpose, all you do is change the name of the university, then you will lose opportunities to impress the faculty. Because here's the hot tip, here's the pro tip of the day. When you're writing your statement of purpose, and if you know that the faculty in the department where you want to study are the ones making the decisions to admit you and decisions whether to fund you, if you have the opportunity to impress them, what can you do to impress them most? To show them that you understand who they are so that they can understand who you are. And part of that is being different. How do you be different in a statement of purpose? First, you have to articulate why you want to study what you want to study, whatever that is. So if you're in computer science, you want to be an expert in AI, there's a part of machine learning that's always attracted you, and you say, I want to solve this problem in the world, and I can't do that because I don't know what I need to know yet. I need to study X, Y, or Z at this university. That's your goal. That's why you want to study what you want to study. Find a professor at the university in the department you're applying to that is already the expert in what you want to become an expert in. And if you can quote a professor that has written something about why you want to study what you want to study, that particular niche area of your academic program, that they've written a paper about it, or they did a conference article, or whatever it might be, that there's something in print. You find out first the classes that the professors teach at that university that are related to what you want to study. Dig a little deeper and find out what they've published. Find something that they've written. And even if that professor might not be on the actual selection committee for making decisions on who to admit or not, or fund, they're going to hear if you mention that you've read something as an applicant, you've read something that they've written. Professors have big egos. They like to hear their names mentioned. But ultimately, they're also educators, and they're looking to bring up the next generation of leaders in their field. And if a professor sees that there's an applicant coming in that is really super interested in what they are already the expert in, the professors often see themselves as mentors to help raise up that next generation. So if you can connect with something that a professor has written and mention them in your statement of purpose, you will stand out. They will hear about it, and maybe they have a research grant that they're going to be looking for hiring a graduate or teaching assistant that you might be a good fit if they don't already have someone, or maybe the person they have is graduating and they know they're going to have an opening and they're going to be looking and they'd rather pick someone that they have a sense that they might be a good fit. But for new students coming in, that can only happen if you've made that connection in that SOP. Because otherwise, you're just a test score and a grade point average, and maybe what a teacher says about you. But when you can make a personal connection through your SOP with a faculty member in the department where you might be studying, you're identifying to that department, you've done your homework on them, you're a good fit for someone in that department who would likely be your mentor, your advisor, and that mentor or advisor is the person who's going to help you get connected and develop your network in that field that you want to become an expert in. So it's the easiest mistake to not do. It's an easy way out to just write the same SOP for everybody. But when you take the time to make that connection with someone in the department that you're going to be studying in and quote them back to them in your SOP, you're definitely going to stand out head and shoulders above the crowd.
Can I use AI in the SOPs?
Use AI to help you identify from the faculty list.
Okay.
Who on this from this faculty list? Here's a great example how students can leverage it to their benefit. Not necessarily to write it, because that there are AI detectors now that universities use to find this stuff out. But if you can use AI as part of your research on the faculty in that department, find out somebody, create an AI agent that says, hey, here's a list of faculty in this department. I'm looking for faculty who either teach subjects in X, Y, or Z, who have written anything about X subject, and then if they have anything quoted that you can provide for me, that's an easy way to carry that, use AI to your benefit to help you potentially get funding.
Brilliant, sir, brilliant.
I just thought that one up too.
The positivity about the AI that you have and the right source of information for the students, brilliant.
And like I said, that's a tool using AI for writing the SOP, not the writing part, but the research part. You could apply to any department, any that you might be applying to. It could be a humanities master's degree or a business degree. You could use that to do the research on the faculty that can dig next level down into each of the faculty members that are and their research expertise and their publications, and find that nugget that you need.
Yeah, that's a great piece of information, sir. It's lovely meeting you. Honestly, it's a lot of learning that has happened with me today after meeting you.
Happy to help. Thank you.
Before we end the show, there is a culture that we have. What is a single piece of information would you like to give to our audience, especially to parents and students looking forward to study abroad?
Don't be afraid to explore institutions you've never heard of before. Rankings are good for superficial things, but the reality is, especially if you're looking at an undergraduate program where you're going to be somewhere for 4 years, you want to make sure it's a place that you're going to like. Because when you have to live somewhere, it's not just the universities in the U.S. are not just places where you go, take classes and drive home or take a bus home, whatever. You have living, learning, laughing, playing, educating, analyzing. Everything you do is around that campus life. So you need to be confident enough and not just rely on people like me who work for the institution. I encourage each of you, talk to the students or hear from students in one way or another through online videos that they might have on various socials that the institutions have, or through testimonials that might be on the website or other socials that the institution has. Talk to current students who are there now or have recently graduated, because they're the ones who are living the experience that you want to have. That when you can hear from someone who's from your own country, who's studying your major perhaps, who is walking in the shoes you want to walk in next year or in the next couple of years, that's as close as you're going to get to actually being there yourself. So if you can hear from someone who's having a positive experience at a school that has your program, that's affordable, that has good ROI, and has a good campus environment, if that fits what you're looking for, because you are more than just a grade point average to institutions. You have interests that you want to pursue outside of the classroom, and we want to encourage that. So look for institutions that can meet your needs in those other areas, whether it's dance, whether it's art, whether it's sports, so whatever you might have a passion for. Try and find those schools that have those things outside of the classroom, not just in your academic program, because it's a life you have to live while you're there for 4 years as an undergraduate, or 2 years for a master's degree, or less if you do the business program at Akron. So look for those schools that provide the widest range possible of opportunities and that are good fits for you, because ultimately you're the one who has to live there, not your parents. You're the one who has to go to class, who has to live that experience for 2 to 4 years. So make sure it's a university that's a good fit. And the good news is, in the US, there are multiple schools that might be right for you. You could have 3, 4, 5 options that might all be good. And it will come down to who gave me the best financial aid package, who's got the best job placement rates. So you might have a lot of things that are on your mind, but don't let just a ranking decide where you go, or just the name of the school decide where you go.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your beautiful piece of information to our audience, and we'll look forward to talk to you again in the future when you'll be in India.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your valuable time, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.